Hello there, welcome everybody. My name is Diorama Don, and this is just an idea for a diorama base for your newly made military model, just to show it off in a different fashion. Just a rocky outcrop, that's all, made completely with styrofoam. I'll just let you have a closer look. Looks pretty rocky enough. We've got a gun outpost there as well. So the rest of the video will be how I went about making it. So I cut a piece of 3/4 thick polystyrene, 18mm. The size will depend on what you want to put on your diorama. Obviously, if it's a small vehicle, you don't need quite such a big piece. But now that I've made my Tiger tank, it's going to appear in most videos now. You probably won't see my half track anymore. So my Tiger tank wants to sit about there. So it's coming across a rocky outpost, a rocky road anyway. So that's going to be the base of it. So 2 more pieces underneath, like so, we'll give it that shape, like that. A piece of cardboard that will be the road, like that. And then at the back, I should have prepared better, will be like that. So what I've got to do is gnarl and break away all the polystyrene to make it look like a rocky scene. Stick everything all together and then just pick away at these corners to make them into rock-like. So that would be a good subject then for a diorama. But then I thought, well, to make it a little bit more interesting, we could put a pillbox at the back there, these on the side, like that, and I just got a piece of polystyrene and put a curve around, rounded the ends there. I got it out, rounded the ends, so it makes a bit of a pillbox on top of the rocky output there. And there'll be rocks again either side of it. So it will just make it a little bit more interesting. So I'll stick everything all together and make a bit of a rocky scene of it. And we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've teased away a lot of the polystyrene. Very messy job, I must admit. Make sure your wife's not around. Gets everywhere. I've made the outpost a separate thing so that I can paint that a different colour so that it stands out a little bit more. So we've got a couple of potholes in the road, and I think that looks pretty rock-like. So I've got some wall putty or wall filler. Put it in here with some water just to make it a little bit more manageable. Because putty is white and this is white, I can't see what I've just done, so I'll put a bit of black paint in there just so I can tell what difference the colour is. So I shall cover the whole thing then now with this wall putty. Don't think I'm going to have enough here. The road can be quite rough, so I'll tease that up as it dries. So we've got a bit more of a road thing, and the cardboard will then integrate into the stone, so you won't see it, I hope. A bit like that. So that's the idea. I should go over the whole thing with this stuff, let that dry, and then we'll get on to painting it. So I got a bit carried away and finished it all off. I just couldn't stop. So I put that coat of wall filler on, finished that off. When that was dry, I put a coat of grey grout, without watering it down and without dabbing it off, the same as I did for the outpost here. What I normally do is take the excess off with a damp sponge to give it the concrete look. But then I left the grout on the rocks to make it look a bit darker and to contrast, and I think it worked out reasonably well. So when I'd done that, I put a bit of sand all over it, because I live on the coast, so sand is not a problem for me, and a bit of grass, and just a bit of dry white brushing. So there's no paint. I haven't painted anything, and I think it looks reasonably rock-like, and it's just polystyrene really. So there we are, one rocky terrain, rocky outpost, and I've made it specifically for my tiger, so that sits quite nicely there. I suppose my Sherman could go there just as well. That looks okay there. Or even, and we haven't seen him for some time, the old half-track. Be a shame to not to see him from time to time. In fact, that looks pretty good there. Okay, so there we are. One rocky outcrop. Just an idea for a diorama if you want to show off your new plastic toy. Oh dear, I nearly said toy there. Your newly built plastic model. So just an idea to show it off in a different fashion, that's all. So thank you very much for watching this fairly short video. Please subscribe to the channel. We're doing quite well. Reached monetization, reached all the targets we're supposed to reach. No money yet, but there you go. Yeah, please subscribe. You'll be informed when new videos come along. In the meantime, have a go yourself. Let me know how you get on. And I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, happy modelling.